Hi, and welcome back to my channel. Today, I've been asked a question to make a podcast on how to find my twin flame and how to be sure whether this person whom I've met is my twin flame or not. I had a previous podcast on the same thing that I'm sharing today. I hope you like it. In the meanwhile, please do like, subscribe, and share the content which is, put on my channel. It really boosts up my, energy. Thank you so much. Let's begin. My name is Arunima Sinha, and I'm a TED speaker, best-selling author, spiritual healer, and coach. I'm also a past life regression therapist. So today's question is like someone has been asking me this for a long time, and someone else also reminded me, to check on this very question: how to find out whether this person I've met is my twin flame. And yet another question by these like really young ladies who are like in their early 20s and all: how to find my twin flame. So, in light of all kinds of twin flame coaches and people who are trying to market twin flame and gain a lot of money for themselves, I really want to tell you one thing, that you should not go out to look for your twin flames. How to find my twin flame? The answer is no need to find your twin flame. Why? Because this is a completely spiritual journey and it is in control of God. Okay? So the divine is running this journey. You do not need to do anything initially. You just live your life as it is. If you want to do something special or you wanted to fasten the pace, grow spiritual. Now, growing spiritual, what does growing spiritual means? Growing spiritual means to get into some kind of spiritual practice. Now, what is spiritual practice? Is it different from religion? If you talk about religion, then religion will tell you that, maybe every day at this point of time, you should go and sit down in front of God and, have this diya bati and, aarti, you should do this, that, and the other, whatever. I'm not telling you to be exactly, as per the religion, but you must, even if you're finding out a spiritual way through religion, like I am very spiritual and I love Lord Shiva. And of course, I've done a lot of fastings as well. I've done Sola Somvar and all these things. All throughout my life, I've been in love with Lord Shiva so much. But then the way I love him is not completely like the typical Hinduist way. It is like a real, like a real human connection. Like as you would understand for a person, I feel like I'm his fan, or like I love him immensely. I feel him in my life every day. Every other moment I remember him. And every day, obviously, apart from doing the, Naam Jap and, things like that, he is an entity in my life. Unlike people who think that, okay, you can do the mantra jap or whatever, can read the chalisa and then forget about the fact and then go back to fear. The entire idea of connecting with God means you don't have fear. If you have faith in God, then why should you be afraid? If you have faith in God, then whatever comes, it has to be in your favor. Maybe it doesn't seem very well. It's not well packaged, but it is meant for your goodness, for your welfare. That is what is called trust in God. So you need to grow spiritual if at all you want to do anything towards, getting close to meeting your twin flame. The second point that I really wanted to stress was not everyone is going to meet their twin flames in this lifetime. And again, I would say that there's so many people. There's a twin flame market, I would say, that industry of twin flames, where people are just kind of making a lot of money out of people by fooling people. I'll get you to meet your twin flame. Do these practices and you'll be able to manifest your twin flame. There is nothing like that. You should only go on to thinking about whether you need any help in twin flame case when you have actually met your twin flame. And there comes the role of answering this question: how to find out that this person is my twin flame. Like, even before getting into it, let me tell you one thing very clearly. Please, if you want to listen to this twice, thrice, go on to listen to this twice, thrice, but listen. So there are two things. One is called trauma bonding, and this trauma bonding has to do with suffering with a soul in a past lifetime. Okay? versus twin flames. Now, twin flames may also have undergone trauma bond, okay? They may also have been, like there are honor killings. Because I'm a past life regression therapist, I can tell you. I know people who have seen in the past lives getting burnt with a certain soul or something like that. They were killed because they were in love and stuff like that. So that trauma bonding also like manifests in another lifetime. When you meet that soul, you obviously get attracted beyond a certain magnitude. And you also get attracted to your twin flame beyond a certain magnitude. So what is the difference? When you heal, you must do the healing. Now, there are different ways of healing. I'll talk about it perhaps. So when you heal through this bond trauma, you forget about that soul if you're only under the trauma bond. But when you heal, you love and you are in a twin flame connection, then you actually love your twin flame even more. And that becomes unconditional to an extent that you don't miss your twin flame, because you know that God is always in charge and you can rest assured. Like in your childhood, you didn't have to think about how to earn money, right? Your parents were doing all the things. You didn't have to care. Now, when you become an adult, you have to think about the finances, right? So in the same manner, when God is in charge, why do you need to take so much tension? What you need to do is you need to do the spiritual practices. You need to say, yes, I need this connection in my life. And yes, I am ready to spiritually awaken. Because twin flame is what? Twin flame is a spiritual awakening. It's just a package, a colored package of chips. Like instead of buying local chips, you would go and buy the colored packages of Doritos and whatnot, nachos and whatever. So it's something like that. It looks like that. Obviously, there's a higher purpose. I'm just trying to tell you in a very, layman kind of a term. So you become so mad after this person that you are ready to change yourself inside out. When you talk about twin flames, you also talk about the concept of taking a rebirth. People ask, and then there are so many nonsensical videos on YouTube and even on Facebook and Instagram. They're running so many things and they talk about it like as though they know so much and all. Please understand that especially the feminine aspect of the soul. Like not the female, but the one that carries the feminine energy, the one who's more creative in the sense that artistic kind of a thing. Okay, you do understand arts, right? Who's into writing or speaking or singing or dancing or whatever. So that manifestation of the soul, because both these people are the same soul and there are no parts. It's not like this is the divine masculine part and this is the divine feminine part. You have both the parts in your own self. Okay, and when you look at your twin flame, you look at the physical manifestation of your masculine part in the divine masculine. And the divine masculine looks at the physical manifestation of the feminine part of him. Sometimes I also tend to feel, and sometimes in my meditation, I get this message that twin flames are actually there, so that, the wounded femininity can be helped. Yeah, because femininity has been wounded over the years, right? So many things have been done against women, like, the female. And it's not to do with gender at all, please. And, many people will think that she's kind of biased. No, I am a person who's a past life regression therapist, and I've seen number of my own past lives, and I've seen myself number of times as a man. So man or woman does not really matter to me. What I'm trying to say is that there is a higher purpose of, coming to this energy where you can meet your your masculine self or your feminine entity inside as a manifestation in the physical self. That is why you tend to feel like, this person comes from your family. When you talk to your twin flame, you get this kind of an emotion. It's not just attraction. Attraction may happen later. It's something like, you feel that I've talked to him a lot of times. You feel so comfortable. It's only later that, when it comes into the, worldly scenario, and then you feel, oh my God, this person is from a different community, or this person is younger to me, or, whatever, older to me. These things come into play later. So, yeah. So the main question coming back to, you need to be careful whether it's a trauma bond or a twin flame connection. Both will be solved only after you undergo spiritual practices. Spiritual practices have nothing to do with, just particularly picking up a twin flame coach who's going to charge you like 50,000 to 5 lakh rupees and, do nonsense, because no one can guarantee your twin flame reunion. Now, when these coaches were not there, do you think twin flames were not there? Okay, like today we may have doctors, or today we may have, we are teaching kids so many things about biology and stuff. When these things were not there, God was always in charge. Okay, human beings were not supposed to be told how to eat, and no one taught that you must put your hand there and then eat. Okay, that was like, I'm talking about the initial phases. Human beings, how did they learn to eat? How did they understand that this is hunger? God is always in charge. God is always guiding. Okay, so when you are on a twin flame journey, you will be ready to listen to these guidances. Especially, I'm talking about the feminine aspect of the soul. You don't need an external validation. Anyone who says that, oh, I'm a psychic and I can tell you, I am a psychic. I can tell you a lot of answers through tarot. And sometimes, at home, I'm able to, not sometimes, like maximum times, if something gets lost, let's say there's a charger, it's lost, and there's a pile of clothes kept there. If I just sit down for 1 minute, I'll be able to tell it's in this direction, this side, somewhere in the house. Yeah, number of things I can find out like that. I'm a psychic medium. Having psychic powers, everyone is capable of having psychic powers. I have just, like worked over it. I've nurtured it. So I'm good at doing these things. I can read tarot. I can tell you answers. Number of times when I do angel card reading, people say, my God, this is so accurate. So, but still, I cannot guarantee that I can tell you who is your twin flame. God will show you your twin flame. And the fact that so you need to be careful about trauma bonding and this thing, and so you need to become spiritual. Then comes up the fact that um, meeting your twin flame is about accepting yourself, right? One thing, like one of these twin flames, the lady was talking, that she said that um, she had a trauma over the past lifetimes, and I was the one who healed her. Like, not healed her, took her to the past lifetimes and got her to see all those things. Which healed her? I'm just a channel and I'm not God. So the fact that she said, I don't know, somehow my twin flame, like the divine masculine, did not pester me, did not chase me. While there are other men who are chasing me, but I'm not able to look at them into their eyes, because she had a tendency of not looking at people who like her. Okay. So in that condition, she said that somehow my divine masculine did not chase me at all. He like just left me. That is what is going to happen. Your twin flame will be able to see you through. And the twin flame is meant to be acting in a way that changes you. Like the twin flames can only live together when they have healed. When they have healed their past wounds. And healing has many ways, okay? So, when you talk about accepting yourself, there are a lot of fears that you have to fight with. And the opposite of fear is love. So if you want to come into, like a connection and a proper relationship in the 3D level with your twin flame, you need to fight all your fears. Okay? And fight all your fears, you just start that journey, then you'll know what kind of fears you have. There's nothing like a runner, actually. If you think about it, technically there's nothing like a runner. We say runner and chaser. There's nothing like a runner and chaser. Real twin flames can tell you that, oh, that person was not running away. That person, you have done something. Like, you can't always say that divine masculines run away. Divine feminines have done something to owe it. And it's like the divine masculine is showing that wound to her. You need to fight it over. And once you fight it over, I'll come back to you. It's something like that. There are so many marketing techniques, however, and they'll tell you that, we guarantee this and we guarantee that. They try to, show this up as a totally sexualized kind of a connection. Oh my God, this, that, and the other. Do not believe them at all. There are so many videos that talk about twin flame reunion. These are the signs. There are no signs. Nonsense it is. None of them talk about the right signs. They all tell you, you watch butterflies, and you watch 10, 10, then you watch 12, 12, and 11, 11. I don't know, all kinds of numbers. And no one talks about the real, reunion signs. The real reunion signs go on for months. Like, the more you are aligning towards, your twin flame. Then you talk about, then you come to the, okay, so you want some idea about it. So the first thing, like, whether this person is your twin flame. So let me tell you first thing that it takes a long time to realize whether this person is your twin flame. Okay. A few things I can tell you, definitely. But, understand one thing, that it takes a long time. It is not a work of 1 month or 15 days. 6 months, 1 year, maybe sometimes 1.5 years, 2 years for you to realize that this was your person. Okay? Because even when you meet your twin flame, sometimes you have to go back to karmic connections to balance your karma with them. Okay? So some of the ways you can understand, the biggest way you can understand is that twin flames are a high level of disruption in your present life. Most of the times they come to you at a very inconvenient time. Inconvenient maybe after you've already married, maybe after you have got children also, maybe you are in a connection where you have like you thought that this person was great, maybe when you are with a soulmate, then the twin flame turns up. So it's not like you are a 22-year-old and you'll find your twin flame right now and then you'll be able to work out. It's not in your hand. This is something that is not in your hand. It all develops on how you're working out your karmic balance, imbalances, and how spiritual are you becoming. Are you taking the guidances? Then further, so this term will always come to your mind when you actually in a twin flame connection, rebirth. There are many females I have met who say that, I think this person is my twin flame. He's 18 years younger. And, but I don't think I can live with him. I don't think I can, do this and that. What will the society think? Two things come to my mind. A, either you are really in the twin flame connection and what you're doing is you're not loving yourself, because not wanting to be in a twin flame connection despite the immense love only means one thing, that you don't love yourself enough. Because if you would love yourself enough, you would do anything to be with your twin flame. Second thing that I really am guided towards speaking today is actually your connection is not that of a twin flame. Your connection is either this person is a karmic soulmate, you have to balance your karma with this person, or this person is a trauma bonding, soul with you. So in that case, you do not want to enter that realm. Because when your twin flame is in front of you, you frankly should be ready to do all kinds of spiritual practices. Then coming to the second thing is energy boost. When you are with a karmic connection, your energy will deplete like anything. Many people tend to confuse between karmic, oh, maybe I'm suffering for a reason. No, you're not suffering for a reason in a karmic connection. It's just a karma imbalance. Okay. So you will feel like very low on energy when you are with a karmic, but even in separation with your twin flame, you will gain back your energy and you will still want to make impossible things possible. Like what seems like impossible to the world and what seems like impossible to your older self, it will become possible. Because I told you that you will take a rebirth in this very lifetime if you have to be in reunion. Obviously, twin flames are both opposing energies, opposing in the sense because they are the same soul. It's like an avatar, like, the Vishnu Dashavtar. So it is like avatar. Not every time you can be born at the same time. Okay, the two manifestations. It's like, sometimes they align. And that is why number of times we see that there's a huge age gap. Authentically, the twin flames, we tend to see that they are at huge age gaps most of the times. So that explains, they are, because they are the manifestation of the same soul. They are like avatars. Another thing of understanding, like when you start walking the path of spirituality and you like really, you will always be getting guidance. Now, what guidance looks like? Guidance looks like angel numbers. Guidance looks like, being foretold some things in the dreams. Guidance looks like, there can be synchronicities, all kinds of synchronicities. You must go and find out about synchronicities. I cannot explain here. So that is something that guarantees that yes, you are already on the twin flame journey. It is not like God is just going to throw you your twin flame and then leave you. No, God will show you the twin flame, take away the twin flame, and then get you guided in all possible ways. Do this, you can meet your twin flame. Do this, you can meet your twin flame. Okay. Another way of understanding whether you are on this journey is not, and all these things are like miraculous for a normal human being. Okay. You will be able to connect with the higher self of the twin flame. Yes, you'll be able to connect with the higher self of the twin flame. Why? Because that's a part of your own soul. And, the twin flame comes into the dream. Sometimes some feminines say that, whenever I'm about to do something wrong, he comes and stops me in the dream. He behaves in that manner. Or, when I have to take a certain step, he comes and manifests himself to me in the dream. Or, I see numbers. Certain numbers are important to twin flames separately, like 222. Some twin flames believe that 222 means I love you, like by the, your twin flame. Then, and when twin flames come into dream, it's not like a soulmate dream. Okay. So soulmates or even karmic partners can often appear in the dreams. But in a twin flame case, it is not the often thing. Twin flame dreams are very rare. And only when there is a message to be conveyed do they meet, right? And like I've already told you, always pay attention to your energy. Are you just going down the level of energy? Of course, there'll be phases even in the twin flame journey when you'll look like, oh my God, like a bag of worries and stuff. But overall, you are going to change your life path completely. There may be career changes. There may be, you may cut down on all toxic connections in your lifetime. You may start speaking up. So there is it's not like a U-turn, it's like a total energy shift. You become a different person. You may not be able to identify your old self and say, "Oh, are these two people the same?" So that is a twin flame connection. If you have not undergone all these things, there is no reason to worry and like say, no, I want to meet my twin flame. And if you have not seen any person like that, and if it has been a year or two ever since you met this person whom you are wondering if this person is your twin flame or not, if you have not been guided spiritually by God, forget about twin flames. There is no need to think about twin flames. That's not the only thing important. Like, it's something like you are in class, you are doing your masters if you are a twin flame. And class 6th or 7th, you should not be worried about what will I do in my masters. So just tackle your karmics well and be with your soulmates well and continue. Perhaps everyone is meant to be meeting their twin flames in a certain lifetime when they have elevated spiritually. And this lifetime may not be at all the lifetime where you can meet your twin flame and like reunite with your twin flame, especially. That's it for today. Signing off, Arunima.